Hello, 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 everybody. All right, in this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to sketch the graph of a polynomial function when it's already in factored form. Let's look at this first example. It says f of x equals x plus 3 times x minus 1 squared. First thing we want to do is find our roots. All you have to do to find your root is just look at what number's inside the parentheses and take the opposite. Since that's a positive 3, my first root is going to be x equals negative 3. And since this was a negative 1, x equals positive 1. And then I'm going to look at my exponents to figure out what my multiplicity is. By the way, whenever you don't see a number in the exponent, it's an imaginary 1. So the root negative 3 has a multiplicity of 1. And since 1 is odd, it's going to cross. And then the root 1 has a multiplicity of 2. And since that's even, it's going to touch. All right, my leading coefficient of this entire function is this imaginary 1 that's right here in front, and it's positive. My highest degree, since this is in factored form, you're going to add all of your exponents. 1 plus 2 equals 3, and so my highest degree is 3. And since 3 is odd, this function is an odd function. And hopefully you remember that cheer in class. The positive even, positive odd, negative odd. So since it's a positive odd, the graph of the function is going to look like this. Positive odd. So when I actually graph it, I'm going to make sure that my arrows are in that first and third quadrant. Now, let's put in the details. My roots are negative 3, and it crosses at negative 3. So I'll draw a dot at negative 3. I'm going to put a C so I remember it crosses. And it's my other root is 1, and it touches. So I'm going to put a T so I know it touches. So I'm going to make sure that it crosses through and then touch, and then go back up. Let's look at another example. Oh, and then go back. For our end behavior, on the left side, this arrow that's in this third quadrant is negative, negative. So that means negative infinity, negative infinity. So as x approaches negative infinity, f of x approaches negative infinity. And if you look at the right arrow, it's in that first quadrant, which is positive, positive. So that means positive infinity, positive infinity. So I'll say as x approaches positive infinity, y approaches